live takes. I think it's big. Be taken to the abattoir for slaughter, cleaning, and preparation at an extra cost of 20 cedis. Now, at the same place, live cows, depending on size, now sold for between 15 and 25,000.
15,000 per cow.
Wild goats range from 400 cedis to 1,000 cedis. Now, he said economic conditions, cost of feed, fuel, transportation, labor, and logistics were to blame for the significant price increments.
Now, the cow, so you must be someone who you have a lot of family, and you want, then you can buy a cow and then have, Sunday's boys divide. do is to take your plastic bags there, collect them, tie them properly, and then go and share to them. If you're adding, a bag of 5 kg bag of rice, you add that, and a few bottles of cooking oil, you add that. So that is for the people on the higher end of things.
Good. So you were asking, some education here. So the layer is the harder, is the firmer variant of chicken.
Oh, firmer, the layer.
Yeah, so I think that one is for the soup.
Oh, the layer is for the soup.
Yeah, and then the broiler is the softer one. Okay, they said good. Layer for soup. Because of the how you prepare the soup. If the chicken is soft, it will break into small parts. Right? I'm guessing.
If the chicken,
like I said, all I do is consume it.
All you do is to consume.
So I'm just the consumer.
You are just the consumer.
But today I've learned something new.
Okay.
Of the one.
Yeah, that's right. Because I have a friend. Anytime he was coming over, he was always telling, the women, "Hey, please, Charlie, I want you to go and get a broiler." So the broiler is per the explanation.
Yes, broilers are for stews.
Yes. The layers are for soup.
Yeah.
Soups.
So chicken light soup.
But you see, there is also another issue here. Layers lay eggs, right? The broilers are just for eating, consumption. Okay. So which one should take extra? Your friend said
should cost more.
No, adunte and these things, the things we use to nourish
the spices,
and then what's the name? Adonchi. The leaves of adonchi. What's the name, man?
It is.
You don't know adonchi?
Where are you going?
Lime, the leaves.
Oh, is that a cucumber you are talking about?
No, lime, the leaves, If you want to prepare the best chicken soup there is, or stew there is, when you are preparing the chicken, and you are adding all these ingredients to make it, there's a word for serenade. If you want to serenade,
or if you want it to marinate.
Is it serenade or marinate?
No, it's marinate. So when you put the thing and then you allow it to settle, that's marinate.
So that the thing can
that's the marinate.
Marinate.
If you want to marinate, serenade, what does it mean?
To serenade is to sing for somebody.
Oh, I see. Boil it with the chicken. Now, if somebody is cooking chicken soup, proper chicken soup, and the person is your neighbor,
it will collect
about 10 houses away from you, and they put lemon leaves inside.
Oh man,
I can
guarantee will travel to the whole community.
Oh, Yehovah Jesus Christ. I can guarantee you that the thing will travel several miles. Now the question is, where can we get proper chicken at an affordable price? Because we know things are really hard. I know that hitherto we're going to there's a place around one of the offices of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture on the Mills Highway. What's the name of the Mills Highway? The one near the Art Center. There's near the Art Center.
Okay. There's some space.
I think there's a is it the Food and Agriculture Ministry? They have this shop or a space there. I get it.
Yeah, that's right. So they use, I don't know whether they are still doing that, but I think so many people have been calling and asking questions, where can they get affordable chicken? Now the question is, do you have a farm? And how much? Because I mean the price they are mentioning,
80 cedis. So they said 80 cedis for live old layer.
That's old layers. The wabre.
That's I'm reading as I see
it.
And then the live broiler was 140 cedis.
So that's chicken abrewa. Chicken abrewa and then
Oh dear.
Teaching a cobra. You know, you see, you want to eat chicken that's not tired.
Yeah.
So it should be some middle-aged chicken, you know, properly raised and properly. So I think that we need to help people to shop Christmas. It's been a difficult year. And if you have the options, you can let us know. But I believe that, look, the fact is that there are people who have not eaten chicken all year. All
The whole
throughout
year.
the year they've not eaten chicken. You know, because I remember those days, the only time you get to drink Coke, the only time you get to eat rice in some cases,
It's Christmas.
it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And there are kids in those situations.
That's true.
And if you have a way of ensuring that, look, you can reduce the price of your chicken in a way as to positively put a smile on somebody's face,
You see.
please. I mean, let's the
but
80
you see,
CD
Sky-
one. I'm not so sure the
What-
size of the.
Okay, we'll have
maybe
to find
that's
out.
why it's chicken abrewa.
But you see, the challenge is this. Now, so I'm told that the old means like it's mature. It's like
It's-
in terms of age.
it's
So it
grown.
means that like it's proper, it's like firm, proper meat.
Okay,
You get what I mean?
okay.
The point is, and I agree with you totally on the fact that if maybe businesses or poultry dealers, poultry farmers, whatever, if they could sell at affordable prices, would all be happy. I'm sure they would be happy too. But this is the challenge, guy. In the last year and a half to 2 years, the economy has been in a mess.
Yeah.
They've had problems, supply chain issues, people are not getting feed, and all of that. So the things around the economy, the things we talk about, this bit of inflation and all of this, you can't import, exchange rates issues, supply chain headaches, all of these things affect everything. So now, literally, when they say the chickens are coming home to roost, that we mean that really literally
roasted.
that. Now, the things that you'd even want to enjoy, because usually when we talk about some of these things, a lot of people feel that those things are big ticket matters, cars, this, that. But now, the chicken you want to enjoy at the end of the year has been affected by a lot of, some of the things are, of course, self-caused by our own mismanagement of the economy or the government's mismanagement. Some of it, like we said, fuel, transportation, labor, logistics, economic conditions, cost of
Taxes.
feed, taxes, heavy taxes. And they are adding more taxes,
right.
which I find absolutely bizarre. But anyway, so the point is, poultry farmers would want to sell at a good price, but the things that produce the chicken, those things have gone up. Feed. The other day we were talking to farmers, feed through the roof.
You know, but it's been a long time. I went into anyone's home and I saw a hen coop somewhere in the background, a little garden somewhere where there is cassava, there is cocoyam, there is kontomire leaf.
Where's
as
the
a
Maybe
result.
it's a question of the homes you are going.
Where's the space?
Exactly. So especially for those who are renting and all. But typically you'd find that people have duck, they have, you know, some fowls, they have a bit of everything, goats here and there, some plantain in the background. I think we need to, it's a good time for us to make those resolutions to revisit having some, I mean, for those who have the space. Even without space now, you can get some old paint buckets and do some basic gardening, some tomatoes here and there, some
Well.
vegetables here and there, because that could also help reduce your cost. I mean,
Is it also not
it's-
part of the urbanization happening and the
is.
spaces in which many people, I mean, the people
Yeah.
you're visiting, they live these days, where people, family of say about 4 or 5, live in a 3-bedroom house, is somewhere in town or maybe just immediately outside town, and it's a gated community
Yeah.
with very little room or no room at all for you to raise your own chicken, ducks,
Yeah.
and all of these things. So that is problem number one.
Yeah.
However, I think it's also possible, as you brilliantly stated, to have, you know, if you have your mother somewhere outside town and she has a space for some of these things, it is possible to get your mom or your grandmother or your grandfather or your father busy by allowing him or her to grow the chicken for
Actually.
you. So every week,
some
or-
goats and all,
you
because they have
send-
space.
You send money home, and then they'll say, "Oh, Papa, hello, Dada." Oh, then use this to support the small farming, farming you are doing in the house. Maybe that will be useful, so that if all of us, because the average household in Ghana should be around what, say 5 people. So if it is 5 people, and then you have your parents doing the growing of the chicken and raising the goats in the village. If it's Christmas, some of these things, you can easily fall on them.
Quickly.
But sometimes people are not honest. You know, in the villages, you go and sleep at night, and then before you know it, the beds are the beds are disturbed. Because there's a foreigner, Kuklufila.
It's an invasion.
Somebody comes and collect all the chicken. And then you remember
The Gaza Strip has been attacked.
somebody comes and collect all the chicken and
Everything is gone.
So I know what we are saying. Look, a lot of people are in serious dilemma as to how they're going to celebrate this Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And you can only pray that some miracle happen, because some people need just 200 Ghana cedis to be able to arrange a small bag of rice, some cooking oil, or maybe some coconut oil, which is preferable in many cases, or jomi. You can call Bridget Jogwanuku for solid jomi. She does that all the time. And then you have a little bit of maybe some small chicken to add to it.
Yeah.
But if you have a house of about 5 people, how much chicken do you need to buy?
About 5 people.
Yeah, 5 people, or say
5.
your household is about.
I don't know.
You,
For
your
how
wife,
many days?
That's the thing.
for
how
the
many
Christmas,
days?
now, Christmas and the New Year. So Christmas is 25th, right? So we chop Christmas on 25th with chicken and rice and other things. But according to Samens, and I believe that, we can do galiba,
Yes.
we can
Gari
do
Foto.
gari foto,
For jollof and
we can
things.
do gari jollof, and we can do all of those things, right? So you eat that on Christmas Day. And then 26th, yeah, that is Boxing
Boxing
Day.
Day.
That is when you give gifts, right? So then you now have to, give something to your neighbors, right? And then the other one is New Year, where you still have to cook something. Now the question is, to be able to live through all those 3 days, they are different. They are days
Sky,
apart.
the reason why we are struggling with all these mathematics is because those who actually manage that economy, we don't have any of them here. They do it perfectly.
The women.
I'm telling you. You have a small bag of rice. They will manage it so well. And you will never know how they do it. But when they ask for budget allocation, then you say, what is going on in the house?
Look at
No?
it.
Yeah, so I mean that calculation from 25th, 26th, 27th all the way to the new year, it might be difficult for
Do it.
oh my own.
You go to daddy.
Oh, you see, God has blessed me. God has blessed me. So I just enter the car and I move around. By the time I come back, I sleep.
Oh, you go
Nothing
there.
has happened.
So do you go to the person's house and say, "Oh, Charlie, hello, and then I'm double. Oh, Daniel Afama.
I come and I have a cold and a shit.
That's the problem.
There you go now.
$8.54. This is still the City Breakfast Show. Sending your messages on 0549-986. So after weeks of Ejebo situation, finally situation is here on the 24th of December 2023. And the news is that the program is sold out. It's sold out completely. So if you don't have a table, if you didn't pay for a table, oh, sorry. If you didn't pay for a table, Charlie, there's nothing we can do now. So if you know you paid and your name is on the list and you know you have a table, call the number 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 just to check one or two things. But then if you know you've paid and you have notification that you paid, get your white ready.
You are safe.
You are safe.
So it's sold out officially.
Agbena.
Table now.
Agbena. That's
So
it.
what you have to do, as I said earlier,
Go and get
your white. It is important. Get your white, because if you come there in red, you will not like it. You'll be looking odd, and no. I think that the rules are clear, and if we want to have good Easter, with New Year and Christmas resolutions, you want to do things the way the rules say that you must do them. So please, if you cannot get your tailor or your seamstress to sew something really decent and beautiful for you, go to the place I directed you to. Get store reject. Don't get the one that was used previously. Just make sure you ask the guy. I have a friend there. The name is Apia.
Yes.
so we should look for a beer.
Yes,
That's the way you say it, man. Appear. Is you appear.
Sometimes he will come and supply you in the office. I know because a friend of mine is very much interested in that space.
No, but is it necessary to get new clothes for Christmas? No. Is it a requirement?
I think we've been raised like that, because I remember that look, every Christmas, my mother would take me to the tailor. Myself, my brother, and then my sister. So Kobla, and then Sister Akos.
Okay.
So they would take us to Denu. We walk from Adafianu to Denu, and then yes, they will go and see the tailor. Now the tailor will measure us because every year we grow, right?
Yeah.
So the tailor will measure us. And normally they will go across the border.
Okay.
My mom will go across the border and buy. This is shaky material. These linen, not linen, sort of. If you put it in fire, it will burn quickly.
Oh, nylon.
Nylon material or whatever it has. With some funny designs inside. They will draw flower or something.
Thank you. So it's colorful. And the jeans inside.
That's right. And then some trouser material. So you bring it.
No, when they sew it, but when you put the belt inside, there'll be air around your waist. Balloon around you.
And we always looked up to it.
Okay.
Because you get to wear new clothes, and then you buy, the sandals, the rubber sandals. The rubber.
I see that.
Yeah, there's one that
Blue
Jesus
or
sandals.
something.
No, Jesus sandals. Now we have Crocs in the system, but before Crocs, there were these rubber sandals.
The blue ones.
Sometimes blue, sometimes black.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they
Bluebird is Chaliwati.
So it's just like Chaliwati, but it's not Chaliwati.
Yeah.
The rubber they use for the
Yes.
the thing that holds the top of your leg properly. If you are using Chaliwati,
Yes.
the blue,
Yeah.
the two strings or whatever you call them. They produce afokpa out of it.
Yes.
So they go across the border. Or that one you can even buy it in Muchima. You go near the Nago people. Yes, they have it there plenty. So you buy that and then you go to see the tailor. Of course, there are times that you go and give the thing to the tailor. The tailor disappoints
Go
you.
burn you.
And in the worst situations, they will tell you they can't even find the material.
Yeah.
Charlie, one day, I nearly.
You almost beat somebody. That reminds me.
Yeah, so I don't know how parents are doing it these days. So it's become a part and parcel of us that if you want to celebrate Christmas, you need it.
You must have new outfits.
Yesterday, for instance, I saw some people in Parliament, a guy and a group of ladies. They said they were leaving early because they want to pass through, what do you call it, Kantamanto, to see if they can organize something because things are not that good. And then the ladies were also talking about going to Mokola proper.
Right.
They will go and buy new
Wigs.
hair. Yeah, they say, as for Christmas Day, you need. And I say, you look beautiful in your natural hair, but that's a story for another day. So they went their way.
Step up.
So it seems to me that for Christmas and New Year, dear, you have to wear something new.
Really? I mean, especially as you grow. I mean, for the children, yes. For the children, clearly, yes. But sometimes your priorities change, having something new to wear, well, I'm not sure. I think people should not be pressured to go beyond their budget.
If you can afford it.
Certainly get something that will make you feel fresh and new and all that, especially if you have the kids, all that, make their day, and the women also would go all out. Yes, look good and all of that, but I mean, it should be within the capability of your financial muscles. Of course, that's why Sky is giving you ideas where you can find the most affordable but quality stuff that won't break your bank.
Storage,
It's very important for me that you don't have anyone to impress, really. And another part of this Christmas season that I like a lot is where you get to reflect on the people who contributed to the beauty of your life, who made your life easier for you when you were, when you were in some dire straits, who spoke some sense into your head and that kind of thing. It's always dicey how to appreciate them, how to show your gratitude to them, but it's a very important part that we shouldn't gloss over. But then there's this thing also that people just see you and it's like Christmas is an opportunity for them to demand something for you. Me bronya dear where he, me Jimmy bronya dear, that kind of thing. Let's be thinking more about how to show appreciation to people, and I don't think people should have an entitlement mentality that it's Christmas and someone owes you something and all of that.
But you two, you should know.
I mean,
You know,
oh Lord.
Nathan, let's read a few messages.
Yes.
This one is from Rosina Kwakube, who says, I love the legs and the necks of chicken. So this
Oh,
is
the neck too.
the legs
So some
and
people
the
love the neck.
So here, stop that. Soups. You're talking about soups, then you need harder chicken, and that is the layer. So layers are harder.
Yeah.
And then also talking about seasoning. You see, the correct terminology
Yeah.
is seasoning.
Seasoning, yes.
Yeah,
So
seasoning of the
I think when you put it in the refrigerator and things, that's when it's marinating.
Yeah, so maybe so that one is a process on its own, right? It does its own thing after you have added all the, embalments. After you have, put it in the fridge.
The food has advanced.
Yeah, so you just go and say, and then this one says that somebody is also saying that Charlie, you should leave the chicken legs alone. That's coming in from Michael, who is leave the chicken legs and the necks alone. So that's why when
full chicken, it's when you kill the chicken
yourself,
when you slaughter it in the house, that the neck you have the full complement, the neck, the head, the legs, and everywhere. Sometimes if you are lucky, some feathers will be somewhere.
So that's why sometimes you see when you buy the thing from the market. And it's been killed already. Often you don't find.
They
these
don't
parts.
add the legs. So what happens to the legs?
So some people are buying.
We have to set up a committee to investigate this matter.
And
We'll find the legs.
More comments. This one says there's what? There is the mushy part B.
Oh, so the chicken head?
Okay, the chicken head. Okay, go on. Yes.
So the grey matter, I think he's referring to the grey matter.
Yeah, the grey matter. Yes.
I think it's the brain. Okay, that thing will blow your mind.
Allah. The one when you do. This one says, please ban Sky from the studio. What's this? Chicken leg is a delicacy. Oh, I see.
Kwegu loves his chicken legs.
So they will put it on the rice or what?
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. They will put it inside the head of the chicken, and then the neck will be somewhere in there. It's a whole kaboodle of this.
This one says, good morning, Team CBS. Please, which part is the chicken breast?
Please, do you want to tell them?
No, you know better.
Okay, they should come to my house. I'll show them. No,
I think it's the chest area.
That's
the chest area.
It's loaded with an assortment of chicken flesh.
Oh, I see.
And it's lovely.
There's a lot going on there.
It's
the chicken breast. I like that. Yeah. And this one says, Charlie, chicken legs are the best for those who want to avoid fat.
Okay.
And having it in your stew, soup, for just the flavor is enough to make you feel like you are having a good time. And this one says, hello, Team City. Good morning. Regarding the poultry meat, the one for soup is harder. That's why the layer is commended or recommended, because they are usually, about 2 years old. Oh, really? Chicken can grow for about 2 years. I thought they do just 3 months and 6 months in some cases, aggressively, raising those. The meat is harder. Therefore, broiler is for stew because they are just up to 2 months old. Oh, I see. Usually. And therefore, the meat is softer. Logic is stew takes much longer time boiling. Stew takes shorter.
Okay, I think he wants to say soup. Soup takes much longer.
Yeah, soup. Yeah. So, is it soup taking much longer?
Yes, when you are cooking, of the two, which one takes a longer time? This is not the soup. When you are fixing soup.
No. Stew takes,
Stew takes a longer time.
This is because okay. So yes. Let's go to the kitchen. The kitchen now. Now let's go to the kitchen. Now. If you want to do stew, right? You have brought all the accoutrements.
Yes,
together.
you've done that. Think about how long it takes.
No,
you.
first of all, you pour oil into that.
Okay, let's not go into the intricacies.
So the soup will take longer.
That's what I think.
No, it's debatable because the atadi and the tomatoes, everything with
the vegetables,
and the all of
the
them
spices.
You put you pour the oil into the pan. The pan.
The saucepan. Yes.
Yeah, make sure that the pan is a bit hot, right? Yes. Then you pour it inside. Then I learned all of this from my grandma and my mother. So you cut the sabala. The sabala you put it into
the onions.
The onions. And you turn a little brown or black, depending on how seriously you want it. That's the nemi, which is the coconut oil. Then you pour the what do you call it? The atadi and tomatoes that you have done. You pour it inside.
Yeah.
Now some people like tin tomatoes.
Yes.
So that is what they will put inside first, so that they will fry it for some time and then they pour the atadi on it. Now you leave it to cook until the excess water needs.
Yeah.
So it travels for some time to get to that level before you now add either it's fried chicken, or sometimes I've done all the things that I spoke about earlier. Now
The seasoning.
Yeah, you still need the what do you call it? The atadi or the pepper to lose water.
Yes.
And then you now add water back to it so that it will make plenty.
Yeah.
And then if you like corn flour, you want it to be a bit thick.
Yes.
Then you pour corn flour in water, let it settle, and then the water, the solution that suspends on top of the.
You pour it
You
on
pour a little bit.
That one is preferable with akpa. Fresh akpa
You see,
dechi.
but some people, for some reason, almost always want the soup to be a little thicker.
Yes.
So maybe that may explain why the person is arguing that
The
the soup takes longer.
I think the soup
But
will.
It depends on.
If you are steaming the chicken, the beef, the mutton, and all that, it will take a longer time for it to cook before you add the solution you have just
solution,
described to
okay.
it. So I would defer to the soup.
The soup bit.
Taking
It takes
longer
to
than the,
cook.
especially if you are doing rare soup. You know?
Which one is very rare?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Rare soup. I can't begin to describe.
All right, a few more messages and
Yes,
then
yes,
we'll
yes.
take
Go,
a break.
yes, yes. So this
Philip.
one says, yes, go on. Yeah.
Rich, Richard Sky, that rubber sandals is called Bob Marley. This is coming from Michael Wonder in Kaswa. Okay, we have a coop at home. We have 30 birds for our own consumption.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Fantastic. This is what I'm talking about. Obiabwa chicken butts is the best.
Yeah, that's
chicken butts.
yeah, Dokubi
is
and
the best.
Koklogbi.
Meat nkwa, no bones. Okay, good morning, City. For me, I like chicken legs and neck. You didn't add your name. Sky, come to town and see people selling chicken legs with stew alone. Oh, I
Yahuwah.
see.
Which part of town is that?
Afienya. This is Bride from Afienya. Okay, so in SA, chicken legs are famous in some restaurants.
Oh, I see.
Prepared with hot sauce. Where, the thing inside the chicken where the kids add salt and roast. No, okay, he's talking about the offals.
Those are the Yamari people.
The yamwadia, no.
I
It's
see.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's also very true.
Uh-huh.
Rich, the chicken doesn't go into the stew from the get-go. But for the soup, the meat is in from start to finish.
Yeah, okay, so
Koku bansa.
you see, Kweku or Koku. You see, there are two ways of approaching that. Of course, there are multiple ways. There are
Yes.
times that you steam the chicken with
Yes.
all the ingredients, all the the things that smell, the seasoning,
Spices.
all you boil it like that.
Spices.
You boil it separately.
Yes.
And then you do the pepper and the tomato separately
Yes.
before you bring them together in holy matrimony. But then there are also times where you do the boiling of the
Yes.
chicken separately.
Yeah.
But in the same bowl, tadechi, which is the quick one, that one you put everything together from the start.
Okay.
And then you boil it.
So that one is faster.
Yeah, jokpata is like you are in hurry.
Really
You are in
quick.
hurry, yes, yes. So you do it quickly.
This Christmas, I have to go and prepare jollof for my nephews.
Jokpata,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you know.
I will
There
do
you are.
something.
All right.
Enter the kitchen.
We know those Santa Claus. How we know this is. When you saw, yeah, very. Then our mama go take us to town. Buy me bronya tade. And if you lucky, you get a toys gun.
City 97.3.
The little guest will get a baby doll. But it's all good, cause the yan say, I fear I'm probably to you. If you lucky, you get a toys gun. And the little guest will get a baby doll. But it's all good, cause the yan say, I fear I'm probably to you. And Uti go, yeah, mama, miss go.
9:13. Still listening to the City Breakfast Show. We'll take a very, very quick break. When we come back, we'll talk City.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Hey, close up. Ever fresh air, ever fresh air. Ever fresh air, ever close up.
All new Close Up Everfresh. Wait, Charlie, what's new?
It now has a triple fresh formula that cleans, protects, and cools. Thanks to a powerful combination of 1, a purifying gel, 2, an antibacterial mouthwash formula, 3, ice cool crystals. That cleans, fights up to 99% bacteria, and intensely cools. Fresh breath. Keeps you protected and fresh long after brushing. Close Up Triple Fresh formula. Cleans, protect,